Utia Samoa, that's your opinion. Is it Set? Is that the name? Seden? What's the name of that?
Mensa.
Set Mensa. He was being evasive to the questions. Well, now we say, Onipano o confront no with on one own evidence. One of the challenges that the witness, a hostile witness, will exhibit before the court, or for instance, Ojina Doc now put to evidence to him. That evidence comes from the same person. You could see the person be struggling, either to admit or deny. You get that? Yeah. And when the whole thing are so implicate enough, you can determine the uncomfortability of the person in relation to the question thrown at him by the questionnaire. Here, you examine critically the body language of the person. Well, the body language. Although orally and verbally, he may be denying before the authority, but the body language will tell you that Sadipa way, you know, however, this guy ended up implicating himself. Number one, was a conversation now or hardy, was a private conversation. Say Abaya public, he's not prepared to respond to that. Really? Is it Article 41 of the Constitution? Enjoins every Ghanaian as part of our duties towards the state, among other things, to cooperate with the state agencies where there is a need. The exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations, and accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen, okay, to promote blah, 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 protect, preserve public property, expose danger, and let me see the right place to look at. Okay, well, it goes on. Service, cooperate with the I says to cooperate with lawful agencies in the maintenance of law and order. This is the Constitution. And material credentials are we reading now. Also a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
And a chartered accountant.
Chartered accountant.
Has Article 41 Clause 1 J, isn't it? The I of the Constitution eluded him. Your private conversation has eventually led to a commission of inquiry a committee of inquiry by Parliament to examine the veracity of Nsama Okaya in that tape. In fact, is that the first time one leaked tapes? There have been a lot of leaked tapes. Why is it that this leaked tape we inquired here attracted the interest of the state and the second arm of government, or the co-equal arm of government? That is the embodiment of the representatives of the people, i.e. Parliament, through the Speaker, to institute a committee of inquiry to investigate that audio. The subject matter of which you are before the committee. Also, Nipao, Toda, put me your bonnet, and in the dock before the judge, you can plead, my lord, I am a first-time offender. I didn't know what my actions could found me on the wrong side of the law. Please, temper justice with mercy. In the case of, if I can say, late Sir John, before the Supreme Court judges, and before the Supreme Court itself, the lead counsel.
That was for the contempt?
Yeah, the lead counsel, lawyer Ayikwe Otu, pleaded on his behalf that Adia Nipana, we are not here to justify or confirm anything. We are only here to plead. If I were him, I would take a clue from that. But when assembly what audio no more idea agrono, it's very dangerous. And this same Seth Mensah have told the committee, George Alex Mensah, right, have told the committee COP George Alex Mensah. Saying some waka that audio no. In fact, the waka for IGP Akuffo Dampare hu ina no, he stand by it. Now, was say Akuffo Dampare NDC.
Point 9.
And Akuffo Dampare cannot help the MPP to break the 8. And Akuffo Dampare have been promised by President Mahama to retain him when he becomes president again in December 7th and January 7th, 2025. Inshallah, when he's sworn in. And Akuffo Dampare must be removed as IGP because the presence in office will not allow the MPP to break the 8. These are the existential issues he raised in the audio, true or false?
Well,
and he said that he stand by them.
Not all.
Well, see, what I said about the IGP, I stand by them. And that the IGP...
There was a specific question that was asked here, Ora Mensah. Ora Mensah make a statement in the leaked audio. Say, Oka said the man at the top is not correct. The man at the top is not correct.
Is that true?
And
Ora Agalga is not correct. Is that an issue?
And Ora Agalga sought to find out the meaning of the man at the top not being correct. That was what he had said. Baby obejina bia no bekaka.
Very well. Yeah. No problem. Well, no. You see, he is not an appointed authority. Is that right? He is not appointed. One, Kamino Mampini Akufo-Addo, I'll fire the COP immediately. And he might be fired. And I'm asking Miami Party for the NDC. Chairman General, with all due respect, are you aware that this man is still in the police service? He's a COP.
He is to submit a NBBA on the 12th of September 2023.
Very well.
We are in a Juma Oye.
We are in a Juma Oye. Until we Okofie. And I will submit it. The date again?
12 September 2023.
September?
Yes.
12 September. Yeah. That means he Andrew.
That's 12 days from today.
Very well. This man is still in the police service. And according to him, the man at the top is not correct. Wow. Is he questioning Omampini Akufo-Addo's sense of judgment and that of the Council of State that advises the president when the IGP office becomes vacant and who should fill the vacancy? If the IGP is not correct, quote and unquote, by non-admission, that means Omampini Akufo-Addo to have a poor sense of judgment. Likewise, the Council of State. At the end of the day, the decision they arrived at by advising the president to appoint Dr. COP Akuffo Dampare as IGP is flawed. That's the conclusion I can draw from one admission before the committee.
That's your logic.
Not my logic. See, he has said before the committee, and don't forget that he is speaking under oath. Okay? He's speaking under oath. And if he found to be lying before the committee, he can be charged for perjury. The consequential outcome, the least of it should be incarceration. You understand? So, to me, if these are the group of people managing the police service for all these years, bro, we are not safe as a country. This guy was in office in 2012. He was in office in 2016. He was in office in 2020. The politicization of our state institutions must stop.
Well, if you get to know, he's been a policeman since 1992.
I know. That's why I didn't want to go back. I just used those years. So a police officer in office. Now, the loyalty of that officer, the COP, who commandeers that of the police, and yet towards maintenance of law and order, the service to the nation, irrespective of who is in office, but or your political COP is very worrying. Or for the penny fee book. And if I take you to paragraph 2 or 3, if you say so, of page 32.
I'm not saying so.
Well, can I continue?
I'm not saying so.
Thank you very much for not saying anything.
You have picked your document.
Very well.
And I'll make you reference to it. So I've
No problem. No, I'll just
anything.
stop a moment for my brother to come in. TA paragraph 2 or 3 or this what? We have to make sure that even in the unlikely event that the NDC win the 2020 elections, that they do not get the chance to appoint more judges to the Supreme Court. Our control over the judiciary is important for our protection. For our protection, our control, underline, of the judiciary is important for our protection, underline, our protection, underline. Even if we were to lose the elections, to prevent such unfortunate situation from occurring, we need to explore all legal avenues to protect our appointees from within the judicial system and find out ways to prevent any new government from making further appointment within the next 10 years at least. High Court of Accredited Judgment about or ruling. Instructing
98.9.
The Office of the Special Prosecutor within 7 days to send back the monies of Sisi Adapa to her house. But I said, my beloved daughter, thank you for stealing beautifully. Because at the end of the day, the investigation will exonerate you and your integrity will be established beyond boundaries. The integrity has started being established beyond boundaries. In their book of for the penny fee krata, Achemfona Kawaha, some more appointees judicial service.
When will you stop this Achemfo?
This book, if you even for the penny fee for the penny.
I'm asking you a question.
Of the Baro Bamboy, right?
I'm asking you a question. When will you stop this Achem?
When will I stop? Now, what am I going to do on minus?
The NPP government.
Led by
Nana Danko Kufuor.
From where?
He's a Ghanaian.
From where?
He's a Ghanaian.
You don't answer my question. From where?
He's a Ghanaian from the Eastern region.
Am I not a Ghanaian? And your region near the Krum Niho.
And the Krum whatever.
I want to be body.
The Krum whatever.
You have no keys. Let me proceed.
No, maybe so. So when will you stop it?
I said on making. It's 20 years in Jacheswa.
To swear.
Well, anti Achem for Nekawaha. So more judges or more appointees within the judicial system. And they are there to protect them. And until Omampini Kufado, the monopoles are all Rubans see that pa, so I am monopoles. And I know so many contests and so for 40 years. Appointee. Well, yes, come Gundam say chum. Mancrophobia, we are $1 million a film or so until suddenly a coaching Colano with them.
Yeah, who's going them? But you have no basis to claim that. Well,
that is my interpretation.
No, I mean, is your interpretation backed by any evidence?
I don't need the evidence to back it. My interpretation, because Okutesika or them, maybe $1 million. One who are maintain sense where we are. No, Ben, we bulldozer. Sisi the pa o tam block back so no bebuahwe. Can she lift one block of one block? Obetimi I lift it.
Does she necessarily need to lift one block?
I am asking you a question. Yes, sir.
Maybe there's some
very well.
So I will not be able to answer.
So let me proceed. Well, but Omo can how they are admitting here that Omo appointed judge is a good court from the High Court Appeals Court to the Supreme Court. When you call they are ready to clear you. So I am not surprised about this kind of judgment. But you see, let me tell you, those political judges in our judicial system should get ready to pack out with the Mampini Kufuor. And sometimes I have a problem with my own party, NDC. When they complain about state capture, Obia capture state the Bonnie or the Bokrono or the Borden Crop for home by. What is wrong? If you equally capture the state to develop the nation, is there something wrong with that? Nothing wrong to me. State capture is not a bad concept. It is a usage that makes it inimical to the welfare of the people. And to be a capture state, the Bonia. When your time comes, capture the state, the fire depa. That is what Ghanaians are expecting. But I would like to conclude by saying, say, one, the leak tape have exposed the criminal intent of Mampini Kufuor and his government. and the MPP COP in the police service, who is preparing himself to go and take over from Joe Wise, or Bekwai. What did I say, PFA or court, or before the Parliament Committee of Inquiry saying, Name someone come for IGP who know, he still stand by it. Michelle Kose. Now, on to the pound court, nobody should insist more thing. And I want to say that the people should know. Ebre yenin kaso. And no matter how long it is, nanchi bodua anka no to a konfo so enka no nsem da. Apostle Obejem and the next government, His Excellency John Mani Mahama, the nation builder, the incorruptible leader, a man who have passed the test of the moral integrity of our era, will come back and put Ghana back again on the path of development.